From 2009 to 2013, NASA's Kepler Space Telescope studied thousands of stars in this universe whose light was changing due to planets or other celestial bodies. At the same time, around 2015, an astronomer named Tabitha Boyajian and her team noticed a star in the data. That star also seemed just like the other stars floating in this infinite universe. Astronomers named it KIC 8462852, which the world knows as Tabby's star. At first, this star didn't seem special, but then suddenly, this star located 1,470 light years away in the Cygnus constellation blinked all of a sudden. First, its brightness decreased and then it increased. This wasn't a gradual blink at all. This was completely different. There were proper sharp dips in its brightness. It seemed as if some massive and irregular object was passing in front of it. Could it have been a planet? Absolutely not. Planets are much smaller compared to any star. If it blocked just 1% or less of the star's light, was it a dust cloud? Maybe not, since dust absorbs light. But then, what was that dimming after all that blocked so much light coming from that star? But still, it didn't leave any trace behind. Soon, many theories started emerging about this in the scientific community. Each theory was more surprising than the previous one. But then, an idea was proposed about a very large structure, a megastructure, which might have been built by some advanced alien civilization to harvest the energy of that star. A very large Dyson sphere. Just as people around the world were sharing their thoughts on this event, they started to realize that they were not just studying a star here, rather they were studying evidence that we had found, which indicated that not only are we not alone in this universe, but we are also not the first to build a large structure in space. There is someone who learned to play with the laws of this universe a long time ago. Today, they can create anything they want. After all, what do the megastructures created by them look like? Can we detect them from Earth? And most importantly, if we do find something like this, how will it affect our place in the universe? Will they get angry with us? Let's find out. Just imagine that in this universe, there might exist a civilization whose energy needs have grown so much that even their own planet can no longer meet them. So, to secure their future and preserve their technology, that civilization must have started drawing energy directly from their star, which are the ultimate source of cosmic energy, and that's where alien megastructures come in. The most iconic example of such megastructures is the Dyson sphere, which was introduced by physicist Freeman Dyson in 1960. You can imagine the Dyson sphere as a huge shell or a massive rotating ring or even a large swarm of satellites, which is orbiting that star just to capture all the energy coming from that star. We can't compare the scale of these structures to any structure present on Earth. These are powerhouses spread over millions of miles which harvest billions of times more energy than all the power plants present on Earth. But the Dyson sphere is just the beginning. The concept of a giant ring orbiting around a star is even more fascinating than this. Scientists call it the Niven ring. With its artificial gravity, it can generate a habitable ecosystem on the inner surface of the ring. This ring would have so much landscape that an entire civilization could be sustained here. Here on this ring, everything can be arranged however they want. Advanced alien civilizations must build such structures so that they don't have to look for rare combinations like stars with habitable planets in the habitable zone. They can make any star their home. However, even stranger things exist beyond this. Some megastructures can turn entire solar systems into a computing network. With this, they could even create artificial black holes for power and manipulate the fabric of space-time as they wish. Although these ideas sound quite fascinating, which are correct according to our theoretical physics, but they are far beyond our technological progress and imagination. According to the Kardashev scale, these large megastructures seem possible because every type of civilization will definitely build different types of megastructures for their energy needs, just like us. For example, a Type 1 civilization will only be able to use the resources available on its planet for its energy needs, just like us. A Type 2 civilization whose energy needs will be much greater than those of a Type 1 civilization. It will be able to harness all the energy output coming from its star, and then what will a Type 3 civilization do? That civilization would have learned to control energy on a galactic scale for its energy needs. If such alien civilizations really exist in this universe, then they would be millions or even billions of years ahead of us in terms of technology. And in such a long time, those civilizations would have developed so much, they would be so advanced that their science would seem like magic to us. After thinking about all this, don't scientists feel that these megastructures are just a product of our imagination or merely theoretical concepts? They are convinced that such megastructures must exist in our universe. And if that's the case, then how could we detect these gigantic structures? So far, searching for such alien megastructures in this universe is like searching for shadows in the dark. It's definitely difficult but not impossible. If such large structures exist, then they must be leaving behind some faint but unmistakable traces in this universe, and our tools, that is, our even more advanced telescopes, if they manage to catch the signals from these alien megastructures, then we might be able to find the stars. The behavior becomes even more apparent when the megastructure passes in front. It blocks a certain amount of the light coming from the star in such a way that all the usual planetary rules are left behind. It dims the light coming from the star by a significant amount. There is a sharp decline in brightness, and every time uneven dips can be seen. This was the reason why Tabby star completely surprised the scientists. These strange fluctuations in the star's light almost convinced astronomers that around this star, some alien civilization has built some kind of megastructure. Another way to detect these megastructures could be to look for waste heat. Just like our power plants on Earth radiate heat as a byproduct, those massive megastructures that would be absorbing the star's energy, it's possible that they would be emitting infrared light, and that's why astronomers are using infrared telescopes to scan different parts of the sky, so that they might find signs of a star whose brightness isn't completely natural. However, we haven't achieved any concrete success in this direction yet. Besides that, there are also some gravitational anomalies. Massive structures like Dyson spheres and Niven rings can even distort the movements of nearby celestial bodies. By carefully studying how their strong gravity alters the orbits of planets and even moons, we can detect these alien megastructures. Sometimes we also find stars that shouldn't even exist. In 2019, scientists observed something similar, a black hole star system that didn't fit with our current stellar models. In fact, this system wasn't aligning with some of the strange observations in our stellar models. They can show us the way, but there's still an unsolved mystery, a mysterious radio signal that was never heard again. Although it's not confirmed, many scientists suggest that this signal might have been sent by an advanced civilization. So, could these megastructures have been built for some other purpose as well? Like a transmitter that's providing evidence of their existence in all directions in space. Who knows, maybe they're sitting there desperate, waiting for someone to reply to them, and there it's prey? We've only just started exploring the universe, so what seems undetectable to us today? As we continue to develop technologically, these mysterious things will start to be revealed to us. But what if we actually discover an alien megastructure? What would it mean for us? If we humans managed to find an alien megastructure, it would undoubtedly be one of the greatest and most memorable moments in human history. And then perhaps it would change our entire perspective of the universe, forcing us to question our own existence. Our thoughts about the nature of intelligence and the future of civilization would completely change. But the consequences hidden behind this could be far more dangerous. First of all, the discovery of an alien megastructure would be an existential shock for us because for centuries we have been imagining the possibilities of extraterrestrial life. Finding a megastructure would be undeniable evidence, impossible to ignore. We are not alone in this universe. Civilizations have achieved things beyond our understanding. At the same time, it would also confirm that the limits of technology are far beyond our imagination and some civilizations have reached there long before us. It is also possible that this discovery could start a scientific revolution about how artificial gravity was generated in these megastructures. Whether we will be able to reverse engineer their technology, that's the question. If not for centuries, then for decades, this will remain a part of our research. This could lead to new discoveries as well, taking our humanity to new heights. But there are also many questions. What if they don't want to reveal themselves at all? The scariest thought is that if we've discovered their megastructure, it means they've known about us for a long time. Are they ignoring us, or do they see us as a potential threat? While the possibility of their existence in the universe is much higher, these megastructures could give us answers. Either they destroyed themselves with their own technology or some other more powerful civilization wiped them out. Or maybe they reached a certain level and someday we too will become that advanced. At the same time, for some people, this will become the biggest reason for fear. And it's possible that this very division might also affect the messages we send to them. These objects remind us of the infinite possibilities of this endless universe. Interstellar objects give us a glimpse of star systems that exist far away in this universe. Their structure and behavior tell us how other solar systems are actually formed. Are there comets and asteroids exactly like ours? The similarity of 2I Borisov definitely raised this question, while 3I Atlas is coming from the thick disk of the Milky Way. This can tell us about the ancient chemical makeup of the galaxy. These objects can help us understand the dynamics of the Oort cloud and interstellar space. New telescopes like the Vera C. Rubin Observatory will help us discover more such objects, which will further increase our understanding of our galaxy. Perhaps some more mysteries are hidden in them that could give us clues about extraterrestrial processes, which could completely change our science and our understanding. But for this, it is very important to study these objects, and to understand these mysterious objects, we will need powerful telescopes like Atlas, Pan-STARRS, and the Vera C. Rubin Observatory, which has only recently begun operations. Apart from this, these can also be studied with space telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope. With its spectroscopic capabilities, it can tell us about their composition, such as dust and gas. By studying their trajectory, we can pinpoint their origin, but there are still challenges. These objects leave our solar system so quickly that we don't have much time to study them. And as they move farther away, their brightness keeps decreasing even more. Like 3I Atlas will only be visible to us until September 2025, but then the sun's glare will hide it from view. But we are working on some missions so that such objects can be studied by going closer to them. And ESA's Comet Interceptor mission can study such comets up close in the future. So our science is moving forward. But perhaps the mysteries of this universe are so complex that we can't understand them, and maybe that's where we realize what it means to be human. We have come into this universe with certain limits, and maybe that's why we can't know everything about this universe. We can only know what the universe allows us to know. Well, 3I Atlas, Oumuamua and Borisov remind us that our solar system is just a small part of this universe. These interstellar objects, which have been wandering among the stars for millions of years, have come to tell us stories from other worlds. Studying them not only takes us deep into the galaxies, but also raises the question, are we alone? Are these really alien spaceships sent out in search of other civilizations? The human mind is full of questions, but our limited perspective makes us feel very small in the face of the universe. Are we alone in this vast universe? This question has been keeping us awake for centuries. Is there a civilization watching us among the twinkling stars in the night sky, or maybe they have already sent us messages? No, not in words, but in those mysterious objects that are quietly entering our solar system. In 2017, when an object named Oumuamua, shaped like a cigar, passed through our solar system, scientists were astonished. Its speed, its shape, and most strangely, its non-gravitational acceleration. This was the behavior that puzzled everyone. That's because the object was moving away from our sun, but even while under the sun's gravity, its speed kept increasing, as if something was propelling it. Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb made a claim that stuck in everyone's mind. He said that Oumuamua could be an alien probe, a machine sent by a distant civilization. This question shook the world. Then, in 2019 came 2I Borisov, a comet that looked just like the other comets in our solar system, but it came from interstellar space. These two guests from outside raised a question, are they just cosmic rocks, or is the truth something else? Now, in the year 2025, a new mystery is coming our way. A stranger is approaching us so fast that it's even challenging the gravitational pull of our sun. This is the third interstellar visitor, which scientists have named 3I Atlas. Is it just a comet, an asteroid, or is it the very thing we've been waiting for centuries? Abi says that the James Webb Space Telescope can observe this object in great detail. If it shows non-gravitational acceleration, then maybe it's not a natural object, maybe it's a message. From a civilization that lives beyond the stars, maybe they want to tell us something. In Chile's Rio Hurtado, the Atlas telescope locked onto a patch of the night sky. On July 1st, 2025, something very strange was seen. A mysterious object was moving so fast that it took the scientists' breath away. This was no ordinary asteroid. Its speed was about 152,000 miles per hour, and its hyperbolic trajectory made it clear that it was not a part of our solar system. It came from somewhere else, perhaps from some unknown and dark depths of this universe. NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies and the International Astronomical Union's Minor Planet Center have confirmed this. And now it's completely clear that this is the third interstellar visitor, which has now been named 3I Atlas, but the beginning of this story was somewhere else. An amateur astronomer, Sam Dean, was analyzing old data from Atlas, but then his eyes caught something buried in that mountain of data. His eyes fell on something sensational, and he was left completely stunned. This mysterious thing had already appeared in the images from June 14 to June 29, 2025, but no one had noticed it before. But after this discovery, those images have helped scientists understand its path better. After that, telescopes all over the world, Hawaii, South Africa, and the Canada-France-Hawaii telescope were all turned towards it. More than 100 observations made one thing clear. This object is not bound by our sun's gravitational pull. With an eccentricity of 6.3, this object is on the most extreme interstellar path ever observed. But what is it? A comet, which would have a cloud of dust and ice, an asteroid, which would just be a piece of rock, or something beyond our understanding. Scientists are getting more anxious. If this object shows non-gravitational acceleration like Oumuamua did, then the questions will become even deeper. Is this just a cosmic rock, or a probe sent by an alien civilization? Astronomers around the world are now keeping an eye on this stranger. There is very little time, and this visitor will soon leave our solar system. Will we be able to uncover its mystery in time? It is moving across our sky like a shadow very quickly. As if some unknown traveler just wants to pass by our world, barely touching it, 3I Atlas, this interstellar visitor, is traveling on a strange path through our solar system. According to scientists' calculations, this object has come from the direction of the Sagittarius constellation. Maybe from the stellar disk of the Milky Way, where stars are scattered in a flat disk. Its inclination is about 175 degrees, which makes it even more mysterious. It's not a part of our solar system, and we will never see it again. But where is it going, and how long will it remain a guest in our solar system? These are some of the questions that are compelling scientists to study it. Its path also tells us an exciting story. On October 3rd, 2025, 3I Atlas will pass close to Mars at a distance of just 0.2 astronomical units, and then on October 29 it will reach perihelion at a distance of just 1.35 astronomical units from the Sun, but still inside Mars's orbit. But at that time, Earth will be on the other side of the Sun at a safe distance from this mysterious object. On December 17, 2025, it will come closest to Earth at a distance of 1.35 to 2.4 astronomical units. There will be no danger to us from this, but we will definitely get a chance to catch a glimpse of it. After this, in March 2026, it will cross Jupiter's orbit, and by mid-2026, it will reach the middle of our solar system. It will say goodbye to our solar system forever. This is a race against time. Scientists have only a few months to understand this guest. Is this a fragment of an unknown star that left its world billions of years ago? Can its path tell us about its home, that is, some distant star system? Besides this, the object's orbit around the Sun is completely opposite to the other planets, meaning it's retrograde, which makes it even more unique. With every observation, this object is pulling us deeper into the mysteries of the universe, but time is also running out very quickly. Will we be able to uncover its story, or will it remain a mystery forever? So far, 3I Atlas remains a puzzle that is keeping scientists awake at night. What is this? Is it a comet wandering around with clouds of ice and dust? Could it be an asteroid, just a solid chunk of rock, or something completely beyond our imagination? Its visual magnitude is 18.8. It's so faint that it's hard to see even with small telescopes, but still, its brightness is surprising scientists. This definitely doesn't seem like a normal object. If it's as dim as an asteroid, its size could be around 2024 kilometers. That means it's much bigger than Oumuamua and Borisov. But if it has comet-like clouds of gas and dust, its radius might only be about 45 kilometers. This uncertainty is deepening the mystery. In July 2025, the Canada-France-Hawaii Telescope and the Lowell Discovery Telescope observed this object closely. The Canada-France-Hawaii Telescope and the Lowell Discovery Telescope observed this object very closely. In some observations, a faint coma was even seen. A dust tail almost 3 arcseconds long, that is, about 25,000 kilometers long. But some astronomers say that this comet is not as active as it should be. Its activity is so weak that everyone doubts whether it is really a comet or something else. No such tail was seen in Oumuamua, but still, very strange changes were observed in its speed. However, Borisov was an ordinary comet whose tail was clearly visible, but 3I Atlas stands somewhere between the two. It doesn't look completely like a comet, nor does it look completely like an asteroid. Scientists are now looking towards the James Webb Space Telescope. Its infrared vision can reveal the temperature of this object and perhaps even its shape. Will we also see any strange activity in this, like what was observed in Oumuamua? Every new observation is making this visitor even more mysterious. Its red color, its dust, and its speed. All of this together is weaving a story in which our science is getting more and more entangled. But is this story about a world outside our solar system, or is it just a cosmic rock which is just wandering in this universe following the laws of physics? 3I Atlas is not alone. It is not alone. Before this, 2 interstellar visitors have already entered our solar system, and both have left scientists puzzled with unanswered questions. In 2017, Oumuamua was seen for the first time. It was a mysterious cigar-shaped object which was neither a comet nor an asteroid. Its non-gravitational acceleration surprised everyone. It sped away rapidly as it moved away from the Sun, Without any trace of a tail or gas, gravity alone couldn't explain its motion. Some scientists said that a gas is coming out of it, which is propelling it forward, but we can't see that gas. On the other hand, there were some people who were questioning its strange behavior. Oumuamua divided scientists into two camps, but its mystery remains unsolved to this day. Then in 2019, Tui Borisov arrived? Yes, Borisov really arrived. It was truly a comet that came from interstellar space, whose tail of dust and ice was shining brightly. Borisov was just like the comets in our solar system, but its home was somewhere else, in the orbit of an unknown star. This proved that interstellar objects could be much more common than we thought. Now 3i Atlas is adding a new chapter to this story. Is this Atlas like Borisov adding a new chapter to this story? Will this be an ordinary comet like Borisov, or will it be a first of its kind like Oumuamua, pulling us into the depths of the universe? 3 interstellar visitors in 8 years. That's no coincidence. For centuries we've gazed at the night sky, but we've never caught such visitors before. Have these objects been coming all along, but our eyes just couldn't catch them? Are they leading us towards some unknown truth? Time is running out fast. Scientists have only a few months to understand this interstellar visitor. In this race, our greatest strength is our advanced technology. The James Webb Space Telescope, Vera C. Rubin Observatory, and even the rovers on Mars all are ready to catch a glimpse of this stranger. We were late during the time of Oumuamua. We couldn't see it in time, but will we be able to solve this mystery in time? JWST, which is floating at the Sun-Earth Lagrange point L2, can observe this object in depth with its infrared vision. It can detect thermal emissions. This can help us determine the temperature of 3i/Atlas, its size, its speed, and maybe even its entire shape. JWST's eyes are fixed on this stranger, but there's very little time left. It will remain observable until September 2025, but then the sun's glare will hide it. From December 2025 to mid-2026, we'll get one more final chance. Vera C. Rubin Observatory in Chile recently began scanning the sky every few nights with its 3.2 billion pixel camera. In its first 10 hours, it scans the entire sky every few nights with its 2 billion pixel camera. In its first 10 hours, it discovered 2,104 asteroids, including 7 near-Earth asteroids. Its legacy survey of space and time could also detect interstellar objects in the coming years. We won't miss the chance to study it from Mars as well as from Earth. On October 3rd, 2025, when 3i Atlas passes close to Mars, NASA's rovers Curiosity and Perseverance might be able to take its picture, but this opportunity will only last for a very short time. Just understand, if we even blink, it will be lost forever in the depths of the sky. 3i Atlas is leaving our solar system in such a way as if a spy wants to quietly slip away, hiding his story. But now the times have changed, and maybe studying it will change our understanding forever. There's very little time, and the answer is hidden in the depths of the sky. Today, we stand at the threshold of a new era where the mysteries of the universe are slowly being revealed. The arrival of 3i Atlas in our solar system leads us to a profound truth: our solar system is no longer alone. In 8 years, 3 interstellar visitors, Oumuamua, Borisov, and now 3i Atlas. They are telling us that the universe is alive, it is dynamic, and it is possible that in the coming time, maybe soon, we will see more such visitors arriving. But for now, the question in our human minds, are we alone in this universe, does not seem to have an answer yet. A mysterious object emerged from the pitch darkness of space and crossed into the solar system. Such a mysterious object not only drew the attention of scientists, but also compelled them to choose a completely different approach to study such an object. Yes, we are talking about Oumuamua, a mysterious object that came from another world. Some saw it as an interstellar comet, while others presented it as an alien spy spacecraft. But in today's documentary, we'll find out what the truth is behind these claims. It all started on October 14, 2017, when an unknown cosmic object passed close to Earth at a very high speed. No space agency or astronomer in the world knew anything about this mysterious celestial body at that time. An unknown cosmic object passed close to Earth at a very high speed. No space agency or scientist in the world knew about this mysterious celestial body. It had never been detected before. We are completely confused about it. They were keeping an eye on those large objects. whether it's a planet, a moon, or even a large asteroid or comet. In such a situation, the detection of this unknown cosmic object alerted NASA's surveillance team, and within just 5 days, this team of scientists had figured out the complete details of this mysterious object. Where did it come from? What is its further trajectory? And they uncovered many facts about its composition and existence. Space science is undoubtedly a factual and rational subject. Here, every discovery and claim is the result of years of scientific research and theoretical studies. But at the same time, speculation and guesswork also play an important role here, even in the case of Oumuamua. Along with the scientific analysis of this gigantic space rock, scientists also made several other assumptions related to it, and only then was an explanation prepared for it, which was later presented to the world. We will talk about that further, but in the meantime, something strange happened. Just 5 days after the first detection, about 120 hours later, this unknown object appeared on our radar again. Until now, we were able to detect it, and this time we saw it moving away from the sun. Its trajectory somewhat matched that of a comet, which comes close to the sun after being released from the outer edges of the solar system and then, gathering its remaining residual components, returns back toward the outer parts of the solar system. The same thing happened here as well. The speed of this object was so high that it disappeared from sight in no time and headed toward interstellar space. Before today, scientists had studied many such comets, which came into our solar system from the very outer edge of the solar system, or you could say almost from interstellar space. But they hadn't confused scientists as much as this mysterious object had. Its strange trajectory and among all of them, its most bizarre properties were puzzling the scientists. In such a situation, the scientists continued their investigation and they reached some conclusions which we will now discuss. In fact, this incident that happened in 2017 remained a hot topic for several months. It also received considerable media coverage. People interpreted and presented it differently, but the truth was unlike their claims. Scientists studying the mysterious space rock revealed details gradually. The scientist who first saw this mysterious cosmic object was Robert Warwick. He observed it using the Panoramic Survey Telescope located in Hawaii. This unknown object was tumbling towards Earth at a speed of 57,000 miles per hour from the direction of Vega. By the time we focused our attention on it, it had already passed by our sun and moved to the other side. Its extremely fast and unusual speed makes it completely different from any ordinary asteroid or comet. Revealing its composition, it was stated that Oumuamua is made up of 75% hydrogen. This confirms that from its origin until today, Oumuamua has been traveling through the voids of interstellar space. Wandering here and there in space like a traveler without a destination, this object also made headlines for traces of residual gas. An astrochemist from the University of California, Jennifer Busner, presented her detailed theory on this subject, which was also supported by Colonel postdoctoral astronomy researcher Darrell Sligman. According to this theory, this unknown object, which some researchers had classified as an asteroid until now, is actually a comet, which is being propelled by hydrogen from its tail. A senior professor working in the Department of Astronomy at Harvard commented on this theory, saying that some scientists claim that Oumuamua is a water ice comet even though they haven't seen the necessary cometary tail to confirm it. So in this case, saying that it is a comet would not be completely correct. Apart from classifying Oumuamua, it has always been presented as an alien spacecraft as well. In this context, Professor Avi Loeb, a senior astrophysics faculty member at Harvard University, is one of the key figures. And recently, he also collaborated with the UFO unit of the US Defense Headquarters, the Pentagon, to research the existence of alien spacecraft. He made several serious remarks about Oumuamua. In this context, his biggest comment was this. It was that Oumuamua was neither a comet nor an asteroid, but rather it was an alien aircraft, period. Regarding this, among all the other explanations, Loeb's theory is more rational. In 2017, this object passed near the Earth. He confirmed this object as an interstellar object that passed near Earth before presenting his argument. He used classified US government data to do this, which was also recognized by most of the world's scientific organizations and the elite astronomy union. Loeb started his research on Oumuamua in 2018. In this process, he went through NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies catalog. During this time, he studied many large objects detected so far by NASA NEOS and tried to understand their trends and patterns. patterns. Avi Loeb, together with his students, soon. In 2014, he discovered a meteor that passed close to Earth, which he declared as the first detected meteor to have come from interstellar space. He also determined its velocity from the specified data, which was 60 km per second. Now, this caused confusion because this meteor, Kanios 2014-01018, was preventing Oumuamua from becoming the first interstellar object to visit the solar system and Earth. Its own speed and trajectory were making it a stronger contender than Oumuamua, but later this debate ended when it was refused to be considered as the first interstellar object inside our solar system. The reason behind this was the irregularities present in the given data. In fact, the satellite data available with the US Army and Defense Tech was primarily used to study the effects of objects passing close to Earth. In such a situation, this comparison was forcing researchers to conduct a comparative study of this data, but the US Army clearly refused. The US Department of Defense, citing national security, did not want to reveal the capabilities of its satellites to the world. As a result, this research assignment was disbanded and the team of scholars working on this object was diverted to other projects. However, the researchers continued to request the data, and eventually the US Department of Defense accepted the scientists' request and, with NASA's cooperation, shared the requested data on a public database. After that, 2 more rounds of research were conducted on this, and finally the research team concluded that CNES 0214011018 was classified as the first known object to have originated outside the solar system. As for Oumuamua, after studying it from many angles, scientists have finally concluded that this massive space rock was actually a comet, and why wouldn't it be? Because for now, the most rational theory we have to explain it is the hydrogen gas comet theory. What are your thoughts on this? Was this unknown object a comet that came out of the pitch darkness of interstellar space, or was it a so-called alien spaceship? Be sure to share your opinion in the comments. Friends, if you like this video, be sure to like it and share it with your friends. We'll be back soon with another informative video. Until then, thank you.